whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good morning. It's a great day to be a mountain lion. Thank you to the Mountain View JROTC and the Mountain View Choir. Please be seated. Please join me in welcoming Mountain View Class of 2021 Valedictorian Braden Baumgars.
Thank you, Ms. Harmon. Oh, y'all look good. Okay. Graduates, family members, and faculty members. It is my honor to welcome you to the 2021 Mountain View High School graduation ceremony. First, on behalf of the class of 2021, I'd like to thank our parents and families for your love and support. You've been an integral part of our journeys, and we wouldn't have made it here without you. I also want to thank every administrator and educator who sacrificed so much to help us cross this stage. Graduates, today I have just one request for you. Recognize your achievement. I've heard my classmates describe this grueling year in just one word: underwhelming. I don't think any of us planned 4 years ago to find ourselves inside of a Stephen King novel. Even expectations unmet and memories never made, that doesn't discount our achievement. We began our journey much like any mountainous ascent, disoriented, nauseous, and fearful. But we drew upon each other's strengths and put one foot after another. No matter how many late assignments, no matter how much stress, no matter how many times we failed, we stood back up, one foot after another. At the top of our ascent, similar to finding a pile of rocks instead of a vast valley view, it was underwhelming. But as we've acclimated to adversity, we can also become enlightened to the tranquility of our triumph. We took those 10,000 steps, each one a trophy of our tenacity. So don't forget what you've accomplished. Don't let this year diminish your determination. Instead, relish in your greatness. Celebrate your brilliance, determination, strength, athleticism, courage. Own it. So in the eloquent words of Paul Rudd, look at us. Hey, look at us. Who would have thought? Not me. Congrats, Mountain View class of 2021.
Good morning, parents, loved ones, families, and friends. Thank you for celebrating these graduates with us today. Thank you to these honored guests on our second stage this morning who will stand to be recognized as I call them together. Thompson School District Superintendent Dr. Mark Schaefer, Chief Academic Officer Dawn Huckabee, Chief Financial Officer Gordon Jones, Chief Human Resources Officer Dr. Bill Siebers, Student Support Services Executive Director Charlie Carter, Executive Director of Teaching and Learning Tracy Stegel, Director of Secondary Education Theo Robeson, and our Thompson School District Board of Education, President Lori Visda Ward, Vice President Pam Howard, members Dr. Paul Banks, Mr. Stu Boyd, Ms. Dawn Kirk, Ms. Barbara Cruz, and Mr. Jarrett Roberts. Thank you. And on the main stage, a team of whom I am very proud. Our building admin team, Assistant Principals Nathan Garini, Ann Renee Bentley, Don Kotnick, Lauren Anderson, and Dean of Students Todd Clark. Stand up, you goofs. Teachers, counselors, and Mountain View High School staff, please stand to be recognized. It is with great pride, yes, stand up, my friends. It is with great pride that I thank these deserving professionals whose tireless efforts help these graduates throughout their years. To these teachers, counselors, and staff of Mountain View High School, many thanks. Graduates, we are proud to celebrate your successes today. We would like to take a moment to thank members of our student body who have accepted the challenge of serving our country. Graduates, please stand if you have chosen to enlist in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, active, reserve, or advanced. Please stay standing, graduates, and as members of our audience who are currently serving or who have served in the United States Armed Forces, join you in standing. Members of our audience, please stand. We thank you for your service, dedication, and sacrifice. Thank you. Considering a combination of cumulative grade point average, both weighted and unweighted, and the number of total classes, college and advanced placement classes, one graduate is awarded this distinction of being our valedictorian, and one graduate will be our salutatorian. Our valedictorian is an exceptional student and leader at Mountain View and in the community. He holds multiple world titles in martial arts, is a national qualifier in speech and debate, and has led our school through a pandemic as the student body president. Mr. Braden Baumgars has exceptional, Jordan stand. Mr. Braden Baumgars has exceptional intellectual curiosity, and teachers enjoy the depth of discussion he brings to their classes. He is going to Colorado State University next year to study political science and will do incredible things in his future. Congratulations for being our class of 2021 valedictorian, Braden Baumgars. Everybody's a little jumpy this morning. I think we're really happy to be here. Let's just cheer that we are here together. Elena Joslin, please stand. Our salutatorian is a young woman who is a warrior with an exceptional work ethic. Despite adversity, she has never lost her focus on learning and doing her very best in school. She is a caring and selfless person. She will be going to the University of Northern Colorado next year to study nursing, specializing in neonatal care, and will one day be caring for the youngest and most vulnerable of our world. Congratulations for being our Mountain View Class of 2021 Salutatorian, Alana Joslin. National Honor Society members can be identified by the blue and gold cords they are wearing. These graduates maintained a 3.6 or higher grade point average, logged at least 36 hours of community service, and modeled leadership, service, scholarship, and character during their time at Mountain View. If you are a member of National Honor Society, please stand and be recognized. Graduates who have met the requirements to receive a LISA diploma are wearing a white cord. LISA is an arts integrated program designed to develop talent and encourage the pursuit of excellence in the fields of visual and performing arts. Enhanced learning through rigorous curriculum and differentiated learning is encouraged through the required 27 credits, a minimum of 40 hours of volunteer service, 40 hours of school-sponsored activities, and 20 hours of cultural events. Will all LISA graduates please stand and be recognized? The Colorado Seal of Biliteracy recognizes graduating seniors who have demonstrated proficiency in interpersonal, interpretive, and presentation on modes of English and another language. These graduates are wearing a purple cord today. If you have earned the Colorado Seal of Biliteracy, please stand and be recognized. The top 10% of graduates can be identified by the purple, black, and silver cords they are wearing. These graduates achieved this honor by hard work, perseverance, and a commitment to academic excellence. If you are in the top 10% of your graduating class, please stand and be recognized. Students are eligible to receive one of the following honor titles based on GPA, weighted GPA, regardless of diploma type. First, we ask our students who have earned a weighted grade point average of 3.70 to 3.84 to stand and be recognized as cum laude. Students who have earned a weighted grade point average of 3.85 through 3.99, please stand to be recognized as magna cum laude. And students who have earned a weighted grade point average of 4.0 and above, please stand to be recognized as summa cum laude. Please welcome a student who exhibits remarkable passion, drive, and commitment to the world around her. She is a gifted writer, a published poet, and a young woman who is ready to change the world. Please welcome our class speaker, Miss Eloise Nelson.
Thank you, Ms. Harmon. The class of 2021 has never been a typical graduating high school class. Even our first day was an anomaly. Our high school career started with the first solar eclipse that could be seen by anyone in the continental United States in 100 years. I remember that first day of high school. We all trekked onto the West Athletic Field with our eclipse sunglasses. We all sat on the field in the hot August air, and just for a moment, we all looked up. It was really something. The moon went right in front of the sun, and although we weren't in Casper, Wyoming, where they had a full eclipse, it got darker than I expected to for sure. That eclipse reminds me of the common experiences we've had since that first day. We've all grown from those naive freshmen that stared at the sun together. And after the last year we've had, it's clear that we can compare our graduating class to a solar eclipse. An eclipse happens when the moon aligns so perfectly with the sun that it blocks out the sunlight almost completely. When the sunlight is blocked, there's a remaining ring of light that surrounds the moon's dark sphere called the stellar corona. Before you laugh, let me tell you about coronas. Stellar coronas surround all stars in the galaxy and illuminate our universe. You don't just see them during an eclipse. It is always there surrounding the edges of a star. As if the light isn't enough, they are actually hotter than the surface of the stars themselves. Of course, our year's relationship to coronas is incredibly ironic. Our final memories of high school were underscored by a global pandemic, and there's nothing normal about that. But I'm not here to talk about the circumstances that eclipsed our opportunities, because the class of 2021 has never been normal or mundane, and we aren't going to start now. Even as the pandemic changed our plans and put forks in our roads, we continued to accomplish great things. The word corona comes from the Latin word for crown, a symbol of honor and resilience. This is what I think of first about our class. This year, we have been leaders in our community. Even without the staples of a normal high school experience, our class has found the foundation of what it means to be a mountain lion. We made so many memories. We wore our crowns or coronas proudly. We have succeeded with grace and poise, despite the chaos of the universe. In so many ways, we've aligned to outshine the obstacles and spread this goodness out into the world. Even in times where the light seems to be eclipsed, we must not be afraid of the dark or let it drive us out. We must shine brighter, we must burn hotter, we must make more change and more of an impact on our communities. We must go out into the world and illuminate even the darkest corners of the universe. We must not let the state of the world eclipse our ambitions or the pursuit of our dreams. As Bill Nye the Science Guy once said, we're all made of the same stardust. We're all going to live and die on the same planet, a pale blue dot in the vastness of space. We have to work together. So as the sun sets over our last view of the mountains as mountain lions, let us bask in the glory of the light we've created, the solar corona we've been burning these past 4 years.
Next up is a man of integrity and vision who has led our school, our district, and our community in the most difficult of times, with the singular purpose of ensuring that each student and each staff member is cared for and celebrated. Please welcome Superintendent of Thompson School District, Dr. Mark Schaefer.
Superintendent speaking, Cue the rain. No, just kidding. Greetings, Mountain View High School graduates. You made it. Today is a day to celebrate, rejoice, and honor each of the graduates sitting before me. We are so proud of each and every one of you who have navigated this very different and complex year and have emerged as high school graduates who are now prepared to move forward into the next phase of your very exciting futures. Sitting among this group are a speech and debate national qualifier, a congressional art contest winner, scholarship recipients, musicians, artists, scholars, builders, junior ROTC members, programmers and engineers, culinary arts specialists, athletes, and dreamers. The Mountain View High School class of 2021 is unique and special, not because you have all experienced a school year like none other, but because you've experienced this school year with agility, grace, perseverance, finesse, and excellence. We are so very proud of you, and we congratulate you. As a group, you make up nearly 294 graduates of Mountain View High School. As an individual, what matters is the personal journey that has led you to be sitting here today. Each one of you have accumulated experiences and stories that have helped to define and shape the person who you are so far. You have learned much through your classes, your activities, and your interactions with your peers. Your family and friends have also played a major role in who you are so far today. These experiences and interactions, some happy and joyful, and others more somber and serious, are all part of the fabric and tapestry that makes up who you are as an individual. Over the coming minutes, hours, days, weeks, and months, you will continue to reflect and weigh options and decisions that lie before you. For some, this may mean embarking on a collegiate experience, while for others, it may mean entering the workforce or joining the military. Some may even seek to pause and take more time to consider next best options and future steps. No matter what you choose, know that as a community of family and friends, we stand with you and we support you. To our amazing graduates, congratulations. On behalf of our nearly 15,000 students, our 2,700 employees, our Board of Education, and our outstanding TSD community, we are so very proud of you. Please know that your entire community stands with you and alongside of you as you graduate from Mountain View High School. We hope that you will take your experiences, memories, and lessons learned and do great things in the world. You not only represent Mountain View, but you also represent our entire community. We know that you will make us proud as we cheer you on today in honor of your graduation. We wish you the very best, and we cannot wait to celebrate in your future successes. We are proud of you. Congratulations.
Serving the students of Mountain View High School for the past 8 years, Mr. Nathan Guarini has been a teacher, a dean, and an assistant principal. He was selected by the graduating class as their staff speaker. Welcome, Mr. Guarini.
Dr. Schaefer, board members, distinguished administrators and colleagues, guests, families, and most importantly, graduates. It is my honor and privilege to deliver this year's commencement address to the class of 2021. One of the greatest parts of our job as educators is not only watching you learn and grow into these moments, but it's the moments when we get to learn from you. Every day in high school is different. You ask us new questions. create new ideas, and your energy you bring into our lives reminds us to always stay young at heart. Years ago, I would always think about writing down popular phrases or ridiculous things students would say so that one day I can maybe write a book about all I learned, or just have something to sit back, laugh, and then think, what in the world did that ever mean? So, with that thought in mind, let me remind you of one phrase I'm sure all of you have said at some point over the last 4 years. The struggle is real. Now, for those of you hearing this for the first time, this phrase is used to describe a small, everyday, frustrating situation or setback, and it is usually used with a hint of sarcasm, which you graduates have perfected to a T. So let's think back to some of those struggles early on in high school. Time management, leaving Freddy's and thinking you would be on time to class, only to hear the sound of the bell as you crossed Mountain Line Drive. Personal responsibility, recognizing that the school parking lot does in fact have a speed limit and stop signs. And perseverance, as you continuously reminded me that you would never use any of the skills from my math class in your future. Later on in your high school career, though, this phrase took on an entire new meaning. Over the last year, you have faced and overcome struggles that I couldn't possibly imagine going through when I was a senior in high school a mere 22 years ago. You faced isolation from your friends and had to adapt to a new way to socially interact. There were changes to your life at school, whether you were in person or remote, to something none of you could have ever planned for or even thought possible when you entered your first classroom in kindergarten. Some of you had to manage your time to complete school while working, sometimes multiple jobs, so that you could support your family. And finally, some of you took on the role of teacher, and you made sure that your siblings stayed on their path to graduation. So, class of 2021, thank you. Thank you for one final lesson, for teaching me the meaning of struggle. And yes, I have to admit, you were right. It is real. Now, I still have not learned the difference between something being lit or when it is fire. I gave up on memes a long time ago. I have no idea how some of you still manage to have a driver's license, or why, after 4 years, you never learned that lunch ends at 12:26, and it's the passing period that ends at 12:31. I can, however, tell you, and don't worry, I did the math. When I add up all of your stories over the last 4 years, it brings you to this one big moment of success. Enjoy this moment. This is a moment that is yours, that will always be yours, and a moment that can never be taken away. Will you have more moments like this? Yes, but only a few. And yes, you will struggle. So remember the most important people in your lives. They have always and will always be there for you. So don't forget to call your parents. Don't run from struggle. Embrace it. Do hard things. Make a positive change in this world and seek out opportunities to lead. As your last teacher at Mountain View High School, here's one easy lesson for all of you. Always be yourself. It's one of the few things in life that will get you to moments like this, and it requires no struggle at all. Thank you, and congratulations, Mountain View High School, class of 2021.
And now the time you've been waiting for. Dr. Schaefer, cabinet members, President Vista Ward, and the Thompson School District Board of Education members. The graduates before you have successfully completed all requirements set forth by the State of Colorado and the Thompson School District Board of Education. I hereby confer on these individuals the Mountain View High School Diploma with all of its honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. To you, I present the Mountain View High School, class of 2021.
Presented by Mrs. Heather Anderton, Jordan Rebecca Manuel. Presented by Mr. Scott Barker, Riley Dean Cogan. Kedrick Anthony Mallet. Mateo Adrian Portillo. Presented by Mr. Ryan Barron, Braden Lee Baumgars. Brevin Michael Branscombe. Celia Marie Hare. Tanner Wyatt Kufeld. Alexander Truman Firth. Presented by Mrs. Erin Bly, George Jacob Harris North. Presented by Mrs. Kelsey Braun, Kenrick Anthony Gutierrez. Alexander John Panone. Jacob Isaiah Sparks. Presented by Mrs. Gretchen Deckers, Zakayla Elise Prince. Presented by Mr. Joe Ernst, Sky Emma Tolley. Presented by Miss Kayla Clark, Alexander Riley Gliat. Presented by Miss Katrina Newhaven, Isaac Bolton. Aspen Rose Hogfelt. Presented by Mr. Steve Fry, Ayala Savannah Gallegos. Justin Raymond Grundy. Blake Ryan Smith. Gunnar Scott Wilson. Presented by Mrs. Julie McDonald. Jordan Jacob Harmon. Isaiah Mason. William Richard Hunter Matchett. Angel Dante Young. Presented by Miss Kelly Evans. Eloise Ruth Nelson. Joshua Caleb Burris. Aiden Wesley Colson. Samantha Lorraine Connolly. Presented by Mrs. Lindsay Golsvig. Riley James Anderson. Curtis Eugene Dalton. Jerome M. Hearn. Isaac Stephen Taylor. Presented by Mr. Matt Hall. Diana Vita Hare. Danielle Arostegi. Sarah Grace Collins. Josiah Cody Diaz. Aspen Dawn Essen. Ryan Bailey Evangelista. Taylor Jocelyn Foster. Stephanie Garcia Herrera. Liam Hayden Joseph Habedank. Gabriella Nicole Jackson. Sierra Nicole Loma. Sida Marie May. Rebecca Lynn McKinney. Davina Alize Montez. Ashlyn Emily Eo. Patrick Alberto Yanez Jr. Presented by Mrs. Melissa Harshman. Jake Toshi Harshman. Savannah Erica Lynn Bramlett. Lakeisha K. Gilbert. Trinity Lynette Morgan. Kendall Nicole Petty. Loren Ariane Powell. Brenna Jean Piles. Presented by Mr. Nathan Guarini. Caitlin Jada Ames. Allison Denise Beck. Allison Ruby Berg. Jordan Justine Brunacci. Emma Josephine DeLuca. Trenton Joseph Leamer. Alyssa Denise Louderback. Matthew Aaron Olson. Isabella Maria Romero. Maggie Brianne Saylor. Ayana Joan Schrader. Taya Raquel Tom. Chloe Grace Tipman. Avery Edward Vinton.
Presented by Miss Susie Hass. Elisha Thomas Sprague. Presented by Miss Jill Fitzpatrick. Mariah K. Ormsby. Marlena Marie Thomas Stale. Presented by Mrs. Jill Hawley. Kaylee Lauren McKee. Presented by Miss Courtney Hillig. Trinity Dawn Clarkson. Cadence Faith Elaine Dean. Mason DeBoard. Joseph Florindo DeLutis. Jackson Edward Dexter. Dylan Jacob Fielding. Haley Michelle Fincham. Yasmin Maya Foster. Crystal Skylight Guyman. Jesse Ian Gonzalez. Scott Bryant Green. Aspen Haley Kild. Amethyst Persephone Dawn Coy. Chantel Judith Lopez. Autumn Jane Marie Shively. Riley James Hamilton. Presented by Miss Stephanie Hines. Genesis Leilani Vista Hernandez. presented by Mrs. Kara Holland. Summer Leanne Coleman. Hunter Anthony Todd. Aiden James Kaufman. Presented by Miss Angie Lanting. Taylor Harley Marshall. Presented by Miss Erica Grease. Mary Corona. Javon Michael Dale. Christopher J. Sean Hernandez. Matthew McDonald McKay. Leonard Allen Nathaniel Maluka. Caitlin Grace Saylor. Kendall Alexander Nunez. Kaylee Brooke Ruertz. Raquel Jordan Swartz. Lawrence Michael Vigil. Presented by Mr. J.D. Jacob. Anahi Galaviz Garcia. Heather Ray Hammonds. Tavie Renee Martin. Erica Yahira Sierra Morales. Presented by Mrs. Robin Katzer. Riley David Garland. Presented by Mrs. Christy Livermore. Savannah June Giambroni Schlenker. Kaylin James Brandt. Caitlin Rose Morgan. Presented by Mr. Bart Mays. Tristan Dwayne Mays. Kendall Stephanie K. Bender. Christian James Beaver. Alexis Victoria Brooks. Ramiro Castillo III. Sawyer Isaac Dowden. Alexander David Herr. Garrett Allen Joseph. Destiny Marie Gerardo. Peyton Bailey Olson. Daniel Michael Parsick. Damian Salvatore Pascanelli. Luke Thomas Patterson. Grace Christine Ruo Vanderhayden. Olivia Michelle Velasquez. Presented by Mrs. Kim McKee. Javen Patrick Moore. Presented by Miss Julianne McMahon. Gregory Drake Astori. Franklin James Brigham. Bradley Robert Campbell. Emily Rose Clemens. Thomas Michael Corbett. Etienne Enrique Flores Baker. John Connor Halligan. Tanner Joseph Loggle. Reese Martin Olson. Oh gosh. Me too, I was ready, I got you. Zachary Paul Reckamer. Elijah Joseph Santos. Christian Ronaldo Solis. Presented by Mrs. Ann McManus. Lloyd Bustad. Jocelyn Ray Campbell. Charles Lynn Case. Elizabeth Brooke Feller. Danny Rain Fox. Calissa Hope Gilbert. Madison Kylie Magram. Misty Heather Ray. Lillian K. Turner. Hannah K. Vanderloot.
Presented by Miss Lorelei Medina, Michaela Lynn Peters. J.C. Aaron Thompson. Presented by Miss Monica Money, Giselle Lorena Mendoza. Presented by Miss Serena Ramos, Haley Bryn Bandy. Ella Faith Boone. Corey James Bergener. Nicholas Antonio Licata. Brielle Madison Marsh. Charles Michael Case Miska. Mackenzie J. Nava. Aubrey Ann Marie Nichols. Donald Robert Noldy Lopez. Elizabeth Grace Quarantino. And Marissa Isabella Quintana Busi. Presented by Miss Julianne McMahon. Eric Adriel Anaya Ledesma. Presented by Miss Norma Miranda. Vanessa Lene Chacon. Sergio Hector Coronado. Presented by Miss Jody Moorcroft. Shelby Lynn Canton. Catherine De La Cruz Zamora. Dylan Richard DeFore. Maya Luis Garcia. Arman Singh Graywall. Caleb Harley Hergenrader. Malin Guadalupe Macias Sanchez. Joseph Permarion Pelletier. Hannah Abigail Perry. Colin Ray Pickett. Angel Gabriel Rivera Perez. Jaden Angelus Sayers. Presented by Miss Andrea Perrin. Michael James Chevron. Landon Michael Huey. Zoe Rhea Mayberger. Melena Samantha Tester. Dawson Buckley Trimble. Aaron Christopher Halama. Presented by Miss Jessica Mueller. Esmeralda Almeida. Ruby Almeida. Taylor Ray Angelo. Alicia Francisca Avitia. Tyler Edward Bishop Brantley. Ashley May Dorr. Natalie Diane Dunbar. Selah Marie Moya. Emily Ruth Joseph. Jacob Joshua Nix. Lindsay Monique Olvera. Martine Diego Rodriguez. Peyton Alexis Wilson. Presented by Miss Leanne Porzicki. Ethan Maxwell Anderson. Naja Patricia Ann Graham. Mariah Lynn Madrid. Adam Zachariah Wiegans. Presented by Miss Kelsey Roston. Corbin James Reek. Eliana Grace DeTulio. Ethan Neil Regan. Ryan Wayne Ramondini. Landon Andrew Roberton. Elena Marcella Thomas Staley. Mackenzie Lynn Rodriguez Jimenez. Diana Leticia Sanchez. Melanie Yamerica Sanchez Macias. Matrix Michael Siegel. Quinn Bernard Simon. Austin Keith Small. Chloe Nicole Stewart. Haley Marie Stump. Noah Michael Sutton. Kevin Leroy Telk. Noah Nathaniel Torres. Ruth Valdez. Grant Ryan Vanderham. Bennett Leonardo Vasquez. Michaela Marie Vondi. Blake Paul Wilson.
Presented by Mr. Corey Sample. Anbase Jackson Arthur. Presented by Mrs. Amanda Sanders. Kylie James Archuleta. Thomas Evan Berglund. Landon Martin Bertolette. Kaylee Nicole Bowman. Elizabeth Marie Calder. Emily Ann James. Diamante Armani Lamar Johnson. Chloe Therese Miller. Julia Ida Perline Studi. Presented by Mrs. Arlene Schilling. Akasha Edwina Rayana Dubois Lopez. Tanisha Savola Hollowell. Presented by Mrs. Jen Schwab. Jacob Michael Cummings. Aiden Cruz Astorga. Isai Ray Garcia Perez. Julian Anthony Gehring. Abigail Elizabeth Hollama. Alana Faith Joslin. Lelani Nunez. Ashton J. William Sabo. Noah Thomas Tritton. Presented by Mr. Brian Smella. Skylar Marie Buckathal. Bailey Joe Carlson. Cody Lee Evans. Gabriel Ryan Shelley. Presented by Mr. Ryan Smith. Tiersden Azaria Burrell. Brittany Sage Dubberly. Presented by Mrs. Maria Straight. Dylan Stephen McLean. Presented by Mr. Dave Thyssen. Noah William Einan Long. Ayana Mariah Foster. Presented by Mr. Pete Taves. Declan Nathaniel Beer. Paige Margaret Clough. Kyle Alexander Collins. Alexander Kenneth Cormier. Benjamin Lewis Frade. Colin Matthew Wonkelman. Faith Marie Wicker. Presented by Mr. Alex Whedon. Alexis Samira Warnick. Presented by Mrs. Robin Williams. Andrew Jacob Childress. Presented by Mr. Ian Yerk. Cheyenne Lynn Barant. Cameron William Myers.
Oh my. I can't find Alex's speech. Graduate Alex Pannone will lead his fellow graduates in the turning of the tassels. Graduates, please rise.
Hello and congratulations to my fellow classmates, teachers, families, and friends. Please join me in performing the timeless tradition of the turning of the tassels from right to left in honor of our tedious and sentimental values and journeys that we have conquered throughout the past 12 years.
Graduates, each of you have special people in your lives who give of themselves without the need for recognition in honor of such a man. And in tradition, a tradition that Dr. Stan Shear enjoyed at each graduation, there are two graduates who have received $100 under their seats. Please, graduates, go ahead and look under your seats and see who is sitting on the lucky chairs. May we all, they're out there, may we all strive to be as generous and caring, as hardworking, and as dedicated as Dr. Shear. Lastly, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you the Mountain View High School graduating class of 2021. Class is dismissed.